All right, Shalom. This is a brother Tazama the Bar coming back through the spirit and power Yahweh Shem Shai. I want to give our praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His Son Yahweh by Shem Shai, by Shem Kakwadash. Double honors to my apostle, elders, great millstone of well. Peace and salutation, all that I can pushing this truth without righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. Just coming back through the spirit and power Yahweh Shem Shai. Double honors to my apostles, a great millstone. And through the spirit of real quick, this is our copyright disclaimer, section 107 of the Act of 1976. Fair use, fair use. I'm using this for educational purposes only. I'm not using this for any monetary gain. I'm using this for educational purposes only, so I don't get a copyright strike off of the Act of the Fair Use. This is a fair use disclaimer. I'm not using this for any monetary gain. I'm using this for educational purposes only. I'm gonna play this clip off W7, and just basically showing you how you can clearly see that this they're preparing for a global reset. They're preparing for a new system. That's why they got the Elon Musk in. He's implementing the Doge, which is so-called helping with government spending, monitoring where the funds are going, but at the same time, it's nothing but setting up a universal basic income, central, basically the CBDC, the Fed now, the social credit system. This is what they're implementing, because everything that Elon Musk was talking about and what Donald Trump is talking about is the same blueprint that you see the World Economic Forum was speaking on a couple of years ago when it was concerning the Crown Royal 99 2000, the 2020 event. That event that took place, they would start speaking on universal basic income that's why they bring out a stimulus check. That's why you hear Trump's talking about a Trump stimulus check worth probably $5,000 a household, however. But at the same time, it's nothing but universal basic income, because what are they doing? They said they're cutting government spending, but at the same time, they're just basically laying off and firing a lot of government workers and things like that. So that's just the way they're going about it, so they can so-called monitor the spending, but at the end of the day, they're gradually collapsing the society and setting up a central bank digital currency. This is what's taking place. I'm going to play this video off
W7,
and grab some
and it looks like it's time to prepare for this reset. You know, the World Economic Forum Great Reset that never happened yet, it's about to. It's going to take place on Trump's watch, as it was designed to do this entire time. And he knows it. He's telegraphed it as much. Even before he got into office, he said that he was going to be taking a whopper on in terms of the economy, and that if anything happened, it wasn't their fault. Now, instantly, you have Doge making all these moves. And if you can get to a point to where the government isn't in debt anymore, then you stop printing the money. This could cause a credit collapse on the other side of the coin. All this could be fixed if our money was tied to gold. You know, the gold that's supposed to be in Fort Knox, but we don't know. If they reevaluate that gold, they revalue it, it will change the game dramatically. Now, if you look back through history, the biggest reset in history occurred in 1933 when Roosevelt confiscated gold from the citizens at $20.50 per ounce, then turned around and revalued it at $35. This was massive criminal theft, and it was done by executive order, not even an act of Congress. The next reset was in 1964, when Johnson took all the silver out of the dimes, quarters, and half dollars, and then fraudulently replaced it with pot metal. The next big reset was in 1971, when Nixon seized redeeming gold to foreign governments, much as how Roosevelt had denied Americans doing it before. So history has showed us that the connection to gold and breaking away from the precious metals has hurt our dollar big time. History has showed us that the connection to gold and breaking away from the precious metals has hurt our dollar big time.
And that shows you that this is Rome all over again. And who was ruling Rome? The Edomites. Because what was going on with the denario, the currency at that time, they was basically watering it down. They was devaluing it. Same with this currency. Now you have the petrodollar, which is the dollar.
And one good way to fix that would be to connect it back to gold somehow. To do that is going to take a complete reset of the game. Right now, the U.S. government still values the gold that's supposed to be at Fort Knox at $42 an ounce on its balance sheets. If you revalue that, that gives them $750 billion in overhead to add to it just in the blink of an eye, just by revaluating gold. And not only is their gold going to go up, but so too would the whole market. It would cause the whole thing to continue to rise. And for this to work, backing a currency, many say that it needs to be somewhere between $20,000 and $40,000 an ounce in gold. You will see an absolute explosion from here in gold and silver. Silver may do better numbers than gold. Playing catch up. That's where I would position if I was you. Hedge your bets there, and hopefully you're in a state where they're not taxing the precious metals. But this is incoming, and it's coming fast, and it can come at any time. We're seeing pressure being put on banks. We're seeing all kinds of different lawsuits popping up for money laundering and all this. It's like the stage is set for a big event. Only time will tell now, but I'm telling you, it's closer than ever. I'd get ready and I'd prepare for this reset. Join me for the live streams going live.
Yeah, and that's what's about to take place, a global reset, which is what we've been saying, man. China has the blueprint what they want America to has. Klaus Schwab, I think Creepy Joe Biden, all of them been saying it for the last few years that China has the blueprint what they want America to basically implement here in the States. But they know that it's not just going to go the way they think it's going to go. So they know they have to come with basically different events have to take place for to cripple this society. And that comes with what? Order out of chaos. They have to create these different scenarios to bring forth chaos, man. This is why they have different things happening as far as the planes and things like that. They're going to start having more cyber attacks, more events taking place. Is really going to cripple this infrastructure and bringing forth chaos where people are really going to just have to lean onto the government. And the government's going to ration out who gets what, because this is what they want. They want order out of chaos. But because they know, just like in 2020, that this dollar is through. And they got the right man in office to do the same thing, to basically bring forth a failing system. This is what he's doing. That's why he has Elon Musk with the Doge to usher in this new technocracy under the AI governance with the so-called social credit system. This is what this is all about. See, we're not ignorant Satan devices. We can clearly see this is what this is all about, because America's in great debt, man. Real quick, this is the book Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 6. It says, "Shall not all these things take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increases, which is not his?" And this is what's really happening, because America went around the world pillaging, rape robbing, stealing, taking everybody's resources. Now they're filled with all this debt, and they're trying to do a global reset. And because the global reset is going to be a global affair, all the nations are going to take part in this new global reset, man. Trust and believe it. All of them are key players to this new system, this new how can I put, cashless society. All of them will take place. All of them will take part. It says, "How long until him that layeth himself with thick clay?" That thick clay represents debt. That's the debt. That's why you look into the debt clock. It says, what, 36 trillion? But you got to add on that tax. That's $200+ trillion that America's in debt. And this is why they came up with Doge to figure out what's going on with the government spending. They're not speaking on months ago that the Pentagon did. They basically did the numbers, and there's a lot of money that's not being held accounted for. So this is just showing you that there's a lot of money laundering going on. So that's about to bring forth this new governance under this Doge and this new AI system. That's what they want. So they basically saying the government's full of shit and they doing all this money laundering, all of these things, and they want to monitor the spending, but at the same time they want to monitor not just the government spending, but the everyday American citizen spending as well. See, that's one thing that they're not paying attention to. If they want to monitor the government spending, as far as the IRS and all the and the federal government, they want to monitor your spending as well. This is what they're ushering in: a new central bank digital currency. The CBDC, the Fed now, the social credit system, the carbon tax, all this will be part of this new system, man. This is what Esau Edom's pushing out. Cause why? Why do you see pushing out? Cause the money's done. The money's done. It's out of here, and this is gonna lead to a crash in society. This is Zephaniah chapter 1 and verse let me see, Zephaniah chapter 1, verse 10. And it says, and it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord, that there shall be a noise of a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. And that's speaking on what? The economic crash, man. The Wall Street, the fish gate, the marketplace where it's buying and selling. And it said a howling from the second, because you got to think about, when you go back to history, when I think it was late 1924, around the 30s, you had the Great Depression. That's what they're speaking on. It's about to take place again here in America. See, around the time of the Great Depression, when the dollar was devalued, you still could trade amongst each other. You still had different ways to trade as far as agriculture. You still had people with farming lands. So they brought on these supermarkets and these marketplaces where people don't know how to cultivate the land now. So now you have to depend on your government. That was all systematically set up, because you're depending on these trucks to come to your local food marks and put the groceries in. And at the same time, once they shut this place down, the trucks is going to stop running. See, around the Great Depression, people had their own cattle, their own lands and things like that, where they can trade amongst each other to survive. Now that you don't have that. So when this great crashing take place, you're going to see all hell break loose. You're going to see anarchy, chaos, division amongst people, man. People clicking up to survive. That's the times we're coming into. See, they put these movies out here for predictive programming to show you what's to come, man. But it's really the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah. It's really the Lord that's working on Esau Edom and these directors' minds to put that spirit on them to show you what's to come, man. That's why we always tell a lot of our people, a lot of Jakes, a lot of Israelites, it's best for you to watch some of the movies so you can get in that mindset. When this shit hit the fan, it won't throw you off guard. You be desensitized, because that's the times we're coming into, man. If you in the spirit, if you got the eyesight and you can clearly see that, that's the times that's coming down the pipe, man. It's anarchy. And it said, it should come to pass in that day, said the Lord, that there should be a noise and a cry from the fish gate, and a howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. A great crashing from the hills is what your stock market, man, your Wall Street, your financial advisors, people that's watching over the money, as far as the economists. Because when you look into the etymology of the word economist, it means what? The house. That's what's coming, man. They're crashing from the hills from the governments, man. And this is all systematically designed for them to set up a new system. And it says, how ye inhabitants of Mishtak and all the merchant people are cut down. All that bear silver are cut off, and that's coming, man. All that bear silver, all that money, all that revenue is going to be cut off. It's not gonna be valued in that day. That's the stumbling block a lot of people don't see. When they really shut it down, when they set this new system in, gold and silver and all your material precious stones and things won't be valued, because it's gonna be worthless. Because when you're trying to feed your family, you're not gonna be thinking about no damn gold and silver and money in that day, man. That's gonna be a stumbling block. This is Ezekiel chapter 7. Verse 19, it says, and they shall cast their silver in their streets, and their gold shall be removed. Their silver and their gold shall be not able to deliver them in the day of the wrath of the Lord. So that's the mindset. That's why we always tell people, man, tell you Israelites, you Negroites, Native Americans, stop trying to store up your kingdom here on earth. As the scripture says in Matthew 6:19, you should be storing up your kingdom. You should be storing up your treasures in heaven. The treasures you should be storing up is in heaven. That's what you're building up, that spiritual bank account with the Heavenly Father. Because the gold and silver on this side is not going to actually keep you from the wrath that the Lord is about to bring forth, man. The gold and silver, all your securities, everything you put your trust in, your 401k, your pensions, your retirement plan, that's not going to save you from the wrath of Yahweh Shema Shah, man. You storing up your spiritual bank account in heaven, doing what's right by the Lord, that's what's going to keep you from the times we're coming into, man. And it says, they shall not satisfy their souls, neither fill their bowels, because they're a stumbling block of their iniquity, man. So when you see all hell breaking loose, man, people ain't going to give a damn about no gold Rolex, no cars, no money, no bad bitch, none of that shit. None of that is going to matter in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. If you're not right with the Lord, when all hell breaks loose, you're gonna get cast out there, man, and you're gonna get put to death, man, because the Lord has all different avenues of ways He's gonna be putting the Israelites to death right along with these heathen, man. Because this is the time of Jacob's trouble, man. You can clearly see that. That's why it's called a global reset. They want to push the reset button, because when you look at like when it was 2020. Like a couple years ago, you had the Georgia Guidestones. Or if people know about the Georgia Guidestones in Atlanta, the Georgia Guidestones are a blueprint of how they wanted to bring forth this new world order. And it's no coincidence, a couple years ago, the Georgia Guidestones was destroyed. And we know who destroyed the Georgia Guidestones, because the Georgia Guidestones is giving you a clear breakdown of how they was going to usher in this new world order. And we're almost right there, man. They say they want to get society from 7 billion and 7.2 people on earth down to 500 million. That's a lot of killing. 7 billion down to 500 million. That's a lot of killing, man. And that was on the Georgia Guidestones, man. So why? So that's just showing you the times we're coming into. That is the global reset, man. And that's what Donald Trump's going to usher in. That's why he has his little technocrat with Elon Musk. All of them are setting the stage. They're just little peons, man. They don't control anything. They're setting the stage to do what they're supposed to do, far as what the elites, man. The elites on this side put them in these positions to usher in these times, man. See, people think Donald Trump is running the show, Elon running. They not running shit. They just little minions. They little foot soldiers. Little BG, all these guys that you see out here on TV, they're foot soldiers, man. They're not the ones in control. They're not running anything, man. They're the ones that's pushed out there for the people and the masses to see. Because you still got people thinking Elon Musk is the richest man on earth. And that's hilarious, man. Because if people don't really understand money, they don't really look into history and understand what's really going on. This is a spiritual warfare that's taking place, man. And we see that, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, we see that this spiritual warfare is going to continue to get worse and worse, man. This is Daniel chapter 8 and verse 25. And it says, and through his policies, and you can apply this into this today, because when you read this Daniel chapter 8, verse 25, this is talk about Antioch's epiphany. But as you get in Ecclesiastes, the first chapter, as the Lord said, there is nothing new under the sun. When you doing the history, all these societies and different key players, as far as emperors and pharaohs and people in lead positions, all of them are brought back in different roles through kingdoms, man. And this is what, just like we, through the spirit, we can see that Donald Trump is Nero right back again in his same lot, man. But you got to have the spirit to understand that. This is Daniel chapter 8, verse 25. And through his policies, he shall also cause craft to prosper in his hand. This is why they're coming up with the Doge and different policies, because they have craft. They have some type of wickedness that they're ushering in, man. And it says, and he shall magnify himself in his heart. And this is why you see Trump calling himself the king. He's saying he's the king, because the word, and people are so damn simple. The word president really does mean king. He's a leader of the free world, because the word Caesar means king. The word Pharaoh means king. He's a king of Babylon. He's the king of Babylon, and that's DJ Trump. And he says, and by peace he shall destroy many, because this system that they're ushering in with the universal basic income and you will own nothing and be happy, this system that they're ushering in is going to lead to chaos, anarchy. People getting put to death. That's why it says, and by peace he shall destroy many, because they're saying this is for the American people. You voted for it. But at the same time, it's going to lead to anarchy and chaos, and a lot of people getting put to death because they want to have it where you're on the grid 24/7. You will be part of the grid. according to Elon Musk and these technocrats and these damn so-called elites, this is what they want, man. You will be part of the grid, man, the MOTB system, Revelation 13-16. And it says, he shall also stand against the prince of princes, shall be broken without hand. And this is why you see Donald Trump came up with the 6th branch, right? And then Elon Musk, one of his rockets, is called what? The Dragon. See, we're not ignorant, Satan devices. We can clearly see that Esau Edom knows that he's going to have to stand up and fight against the prince of princes, which is who? Yahweh Shah. And he's going to get broken without hand because Yahweh Shah is going to take this place down in 1 hour, man. Light work. Light work. And this is what's coming. So Esau Edom's afraid. This is why they're trying to help him push forth this new society so quick. This is why you're seeing Operation Warp Speed right back again, like when DJ Trump was in office before he left out. Well, he was pushing Operation Warp Speed. So they're pushing the same agenda again, man. Because why? Revelation 12:12. Esau knows he has but a short time, so he has to hurry up and come down with great wrath. And that's upon the people, man. This is why you're seeing a lot of people crying out and upset, and his approval rating is going down the toilet. But at the end of the day, they don't give a fuck, because all these elites and people you see, they are wicked, man. They doing things behind the scenes. They're indulging all heavy witchcraft, man. They've been playing and manipulating the people and playing on their emotions. This is what they do, man. But we know that. We're not ignorant Satan devices, man. That's why we keep telling you nigger Latino Native Americans, get your hopes and dreams out of America, because America's a sinking ship, man. This place is on the way down, man. And it's not going to get better, man. This is why you have to have your eyes single and focus on Yahweh Shema Shah and focus on the Lord, because you can clearly see a global reset. It's at the door, man. So, Apparatus Our Lord willing, this lesson / update was edifying through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah. I want to close it out by saying, call, Haloyim La, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors to my apostle